And then if you'd like, as you come onto your back foot, bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees drop out to the sides. You could do that. You could do knees together, feet apart. Or even legs parallel, feet on the floor. Okay, so one of those. Again, soles of the feet together, knees drop out to the sides. Bring the knees together, feet apart, or legs parallel, feet on the floor. And then if you'd like to place your hands on your body anywhere, you're welcome to. Maybe both hands to the belly, maybe one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, arms by the sides. Whatever calls to you. And if you'll just take a moment or two to kind of check in with your physical body. So take a little scan through from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet. Give yourself a moment just to notice how you feel in your skin and your bones, if there are any places that might need some extra care or attention as we move through practice. Any places you want to adjust around or be especially attentive to. And any other messages that are coming from your physical body or that you are open to receiving. Remember, there is great wisdom in your physical body. So we want to just take a moment to not only acknowledge that, but also to allow for it to communicate. And then really, I think it's about understanding how the body is communicating. So it's always communicating. It's just a matter of us taking the time to slow down and pay attention. Really just listen and hear. Which of course will require first and foremost a mind that is calm and present. So if you will start to tune into your breath now, take a nice deep inhale and exhale. And then simply begin to organize your breathing so that you really notice the depth of inhale and exhale. Notice the breath as it fills the bottom of the lungs, the middle of the lungs, the top of the lungs, and as it exhales out, just like that. You want to work the breath into a rhythm that's equal on inhale and exhale as best as possible. So if that's helpful, you can put a count to your breath, meaning you'll inhale for like 4 or 5 and exhale for the same amount. Remember, it's not the number that matters, but just that you choose something that creates equanimity. Right? And of course, that brings the mind into a state of sattva, which is the state defined by clarity, illumination, and ability to see. There's also a quality of listening, right, that's present when the mind is clear. And as you keep your focus on your breath, take a moment to notice what's present now in the mind, in the mental body. Thoughts, feelings, a mood maybe. Really remember, as you keep your breath steady, this layer sandwiched between your physical body and your mental body gives you the ability to not only listen to the physical body, but also to the mind. The thoughts that are present and really where they come from. And as those become kind of clear in your mind's eye, you can start to discern, right? So this is the quality also of sattva, is the discerning quality. Discernment is, of course, our ability to kind of choose which thing to follow, or which behavior to embrace, or which thought pattern to cultivate. And of course, which ones to not. And the state of sattva also brings us to the wisdom of the soul. Right? So now we open to our higher self and our higher knowing to help inform the mind. So just take another moment or two, and as you become clear in the mind, you also want to create an intention. So something that helps to focus the mind. This will give direction to the mind, of course. Something stated in a present way, in a positive tense, present tense, positive way. You can just kind of see or sense it here in your mind's eye. And then as you feel your body breathe in again, start to move your fingers and toes. You like run the thumb along the tip of the fingers, wiggle your toes a little bit. Eventually start to rotate the wrists. You can move the feet around a little bit, and then we'll extend the arms up and overhead as you breathe in next. And exhale, just kind of relax, let your arms relax, your body relax. Take another big inhale breath here, reach and lengthen. As you exhale, bring your hands to the third eye center. And so here again, just connecting into your intention. Remember, if it's not quite clear yet, that's okay too. We just want to create more and more of the state of sattva, and the intention will become clear in time. Take another inhale breath here. Exhale the hands to the heart. And in a moment, just to drop into the heart space, to dedicate your practice to anyone and everyone that you're holding at your heart, anyone your heart goes out to. All of our brothers and sisters around the world who are struggling and suffering. Just a moment to send waves of love and light from our hearts to those who may need it. And then take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, release your hands down to the legs. And we'll bring the knees into the chest on your inhale and give yourself a nice little squeeze as you exhale. So just hug the knees to the chest. You can kind of rotate the knees around in a circle, or maybe rock them from right to left. And circle, of course, the other way. And then just give a little hug of the knees into the chest on your next exhale. And on your inhale, extend both legs up towards the sky and flex through your feet. Just rotate your ankles around in a circle a few times. Spread your toes and squeeze them in. Then as you inhale, kick up through your heels, spread your toes nice and wide, and on your exhale, point your toes to the sky. Do that again. Inhale, flex the feet. Spread your toes, exhale, point them up towards the ceiling, and then one more time like that. Inhale to flex, and exhale, point. Flex your feet then on your inhale, and exhale, just pause here. Reach your hands up towards your ankles as far as you can go with your back still on the floor. Let your shoulders relax. Just lengthen through the legs from the sitting bones up through the heels, from the heels back to the sitting bones. And just take one more inhale breath here and one more exhale. Good. Bend the knees, hug them into the chest, and then you can roll to the right or the left, or feel free to just roll up to seated. Cross the ankles, gently place your hands to the tops of the knees, sit up nice and tall. Let your eyes close again as you find your seat. And then just kind of trace your awareness up and down the length of the spine as you adjust to seated. Take an inhale, lengthen up tall through the crown of your head. As you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. And as you drop the chin down, kind of broaden the collarbone so your shoulders roll back and down. And then feel free to move your head a little from side to side here, tracing the collarbone with your chin. Take another inhale. As you exhale, move an ear to a shoulder, and then just pause there. Whichever side your head is descending toward, feel free to extend the opposite arm out or like rotate the opposite shoulder around a little bit. If you have your arm extended, you could rotate your hand, your arm itself, kind of open toward the back of the room and then close. The shoulder will come forward a little. And take another inhale. As you exhale, drop the head back. If you extended your hand, just both hands to the knees. And then move your head gently from side to side here. Reach the chin up towards the ceiling. Breathe into the front of the throat, front of the chest. And then take another inhale and exhale the opposite ear to opposite shoulder. And then same thing here. You can rotate your shoulder around or extend the arms, opposite side, of course. And breathe in and out. Good. One more big breath in, one more breath out. And both hands to the knees. We'll rotate the head around in a full circle now. Notice as you move if your hands tense up or your shoulders tense at all, and just see if you can relax them. You want to center everything towards the navel, right? Rotate your head the opposite way. So instead of holding tension and stress and tightness at the shoulders and the neck and jaw, even at the hips, you want to direct it towards the navel, the center of transformation in the body. Seat of the sacred fire. And we'll bring the head back up to center. Give a couple of rotations with your shoulders now. And then let them rest onto the back. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and rub the hands briskly back and forth for a moment. Create a little heat between your palms. Take a deep inhale breath here. As you exhale, interlace your fingers, press your palms forward and round your back. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down towards the floor. And just bring your hands back to heart center and take a moment to remember the dedication at your heart, the intention in the mind's eye. Open our practice with 3 rounds of Om. First, take a deep breath in. Hold the breath at the top. Exhale it all out. Inhale for Om. As you exhale, we'll bow the chin to chest. You can release your hands, allow your eyes to open, and let's come on to all fours. Just a moment or two, of course, as you come on to hands and knees, move around a little bit and can shift your hips from side to side. Right, maybe lift your hand, one hand at a time, of course, up and off the floor. Rotate your hands to do both. Impressive, but. Okay, maybe rotate into the shoulders a few times here and breathe in and breathe out, right? So now our practice becomes really rooted in connecting body, breath, and mind. So we're going to draw all those layers of the self into a place of alignment. Right, now take another inhale, and as you exhale, just come to center. Pull the navel in as you gaze towards the floor, and then Keep the navel drawn in, but lift open the front of the heart, carry your gaze forward and up. And as you exhale, round your back, push the floor away, scoop the tail, drop the head. Inhale again, lift, open the front of the heart, breathe into the chest, and now exhale your hips to your heels, your chest to your thighs, your forehead to the floor. Come back up onto hands and knees as you breathe into the chest. Exhale, curl the toes under, straighten your legs, and lift your hips, downward facing dog pose. Stay there for a deep breath in. On your exhale, lower your knees back down to the ground. We're going to go through that whole thing a few more times. So pull the navel in and lift, open the heart, breathe into the chest. Exhale and round your back, push the floor away. Think of the symmetry in the posture, right? Inhale, lift open the heart, filling the front of the chest. Exhale, hips to heels, chest to thighs, forehead to floor. Think of the navel again, drawing in. Inhale back up onto the hands. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Stay here now 2 breaths. Fill your lungs nice and full. Lengthen down through the crown of the head. Think of the length of your spine. Soften the knees a little bit. One more inhale, and as you exhale, lower your knees gently to the floor. Pull the navel in, lift open the front of the heart. So directing energy into the front of the chest. Exhale, round the back. Inhale again, lift open the front of the chest. Pull the navel in. Exhale, hips to heels, chest to thighs, forehead to floor. Good, inhale back onto the hands, lift open the heart, and then exhale, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog pose. And let's go ahead and just stay here. We'll pedal out the legs a little bit, stretch one heel and then the other toward the floor. So we put the body into a particular posture, a particular shape, or seat, if you will. Right? And then infuse that shape, that seat with breath. Soften the knees a little bit. Once you've moved around, hold the posture, right? And what we're also doing is moving the mind and working in the realm of the mind and towards steadiness and calmness, right? So when I reflect that in the physical body. Take another inhale breath here, and as you exhale, gently walk the feet up to the top of the mat, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Bring hands to shins, lift up halfway, inhale, lengthen the spine, reach through the crown of the head, exhale, fold forward over the legs. Do that again, halfway lift, inhale, broaden the collarbones, roll the shoulders onto the back, exhale, fold forward. And then one more time like that, halfway lift, inhale, lengthen through the crown, exhale as you fold. And then just hang out in your forward fold for a few moments. So one of the ways we work in the realm of the mind in posture practice is by giving some movement, some opportunity for the body to adjust, for the mind to kind of get used to where you are, and then allowing for stillness, right? Which also helps the mind to kind of like accept, oh, okay, we're in this forward fold right now. I can relax, right? So even allow your head to hang, and you can use your elbows to your knees to support your low back, or your hands to your ankles. Think of creating a little bit of space between the vertebrae. So as the sitting bones rise, lengthen the spine as you reach down through your crown. And then take one more inhale and one more exhale. The inhale will come all the way up to stand, so round your back, let your arms be real heavy and curl all the way up to standing. And then when you get to stand, just rotate your shoulders around a few times. Breathe in and out. Shake your arms out, get a little shake through your legs. Shake out your head. Breathe out your mouth, your lips, your jawline. Get your tongue around a little bit. Okay. And then stand nice and still. Lift and spread the toes. Root down through all 4 corners of your feet. So inner and outer ball of the foot, inner and outer heel. And as you inhale, lift up through the whole body. Arms reach towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. Soften the knees a little bit. So now imagine, right, release the hands. Inhale again, lift both arms to the ceiling. You are directing energy. Exhale, hands through the heart center and then lower them down. One more time, inhale the arms to the sky, reach up nice and tall, and as you exhale, fold forward again, stretch out and down through the spine. Good, lift up halfway, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, plant your hands and step your feet back, come to plank pose.
Same thing in plank, right? Shift around a little bit, side to side, forward and back, right? Notice if you'd like to put your knees on the ground, that's totally cool. Okay, and then find a place of stillness and center just a hold. Pull the belly button in towards the back body, squeeze and hug the inner thighs towards one another. And then imagine reaching back through your feet as much as forward through the crown. Good, on your inhale, shift the weight slightly forward, and as you exhale, lower knees, bend your elbows, lower chest to the floor. And once you get to the earth, point your toes, lift your heart, inhale into cobra pose. Exhale and lower down. Same thing, you want to fill open the front of the heart, right? Inhale, lift into the chest. Slide forward and up. Exhale as you lower, like a cobra ready to strike, right? Inhale, lift up. Lengthen through the hood and the back of the body. Exhale and lower down to the ground. And then inhale, push to plank and go back into the child's pose. And as you exhale, lift your hips to the ceiling, downward dog. Good, and so as you kind of find your seats and they become more and more comfortable, the breath can start to expand a little bit more. This is how we shift and change and affect the physical body with the breath body. All right, take another inhale, gently glance to the top of the mat. Exhale everything out, bend your knees and jump, step, or walk your feet up. Lift up halfway, inhale, lengthen. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale to stand, lift your arms to the sky. Might even lean back a little bit, then exhale your hands to your heart center. Remember the navel, so draw back into the sacred fire. Release the hands. Inhale again, lift arms up. Exhale and fold forward. Good. Inhale, lift up halfway. That comes from the navel, so pull the navel as you reach. Exhale, plant the hands, jump, step, or walk your feet back, plank pose. Pause and plank. Inhale, shift forward a little, come to the top of the toes. Exhale, lower all the way or stop halfway, chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog or cobra pose. Exhale your hips to the sky, downward dog or lower to the floor, plank or child's pose, then downward dog. Many paths to the same place, right? Breathe in and breathe out. So we are forging in a very collective kind of way our own individuated way through. Right? Accepting that this space has many different iterations of a posture, many different ways it comes out through our physical forms. And yet also collectively moving, breathing together, right? Take another inhale up to the top of your mat. Exhale everything out, bend your knees, jump, step, or walk up. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale all the way to stand, lift up. Maybe lean back a little. And exhale your hands to your heart. Let's do one more time, sun A. Inhale, both arms reach up. Take your time, follow your breath. Exhale, fold forward, reach out and down through the spine, relax the head. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step your feet back, plank pose. Pause and plank, inhale, shift the weight forward a little. Exhale, engage the navel as you lower all the way or stop halfway. You can always use your knees. Upward dog or cobra, inhale. Good, exhale your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. So we breathe in and breathe out. Good, take another inhale and another exhale. One more breath in. As you exhale this time, bring your legs together, your big toes to touch. And as you inhale, you'll lift the right leg to the sky. And just pause and rotate your right foot around in a circle a couple times, one way and then the other. Take an inhale, lift your heel nice and high. As you exhale, pull the foot through to the top of the mat. Inhale, come up, standing crescent lunge. So both arms to the sky. Remember, you can set your hands to your knees to help with balance, and then the arms can reach towards the ceiling. No rush here, right? Move the right hip back a little bit, your left hip forward. Yeah, think of your inner thighs kind of drawing, scissoring, if you will. So one rotates down, right inner thigh rotates down, left inner thigh rotates up and back. And if you're like, I have no idea what that means or if that's happening, it's okay. Your ears are hearing, your body, your brain is processing, your body is applying, right? Take another inhale, reach through the hands. As you exhale, set your hands to the floor, step your foot back to downward dog. Take an inhale and exhale the legs together. Now lift the left leg to the sky as you breathe in. Pause and rotate your foot around in a circle, one way and then the other. Good, and then on your inhale, lift through your heel, extend through the leg. Exhale, pull it through to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift both arms to the sky, rise, standing crescent lunge. Take your time, right? Good. Think of the inner thighs again. Left inner thigh rotates down. Right inner thigh rotates back. That draws right hip forward, left hip back. Yeah, and then up through the arms, through the fingers. But then relax. There's always a moment, right, of steadiness and ease. Take another inhale into the front of the heart. Exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Step the left foot back again, downward facing dog pose. Inhale and exhale. Good, look to the top of your mat as you breathe in. Bend your knees, exhale everything out. Jump, step, or walk your feet up. Lift up halfway, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Good, from here, please bend both knees, lift your arms down into the chair pose. And pause. So when I root the weight into the heels, imagine the shins moving back so they're parallel to the top of the mat. Pull the navel in inversion, relax the shoulders. Think of lengthening your neck. Good, and then just an extension through the arms. And whether the arms are forward or up towards the sky really is secondary to what's going on in the shoulders. Create some space for the breath in the chest. Take another inhale, another exhale. Rise to stand, Urdhva reach up nice and tall, and then exhale your hands to your heart center. Good, now place your hands to your hips and shift the weight into the left foot. Bring your right foot up into tree. So right foot goes above or below your knee to the inner thigh or the calf. You can even take toe to floor, heel to ankle. And remember, there's kind of stages, of course, in all of this. First, just getting balance, right? Then refining balance and alignment. And then noticing kind of energetic quality. So imagine lifting up through the sole of your feet, your left foot, really extend the arms to the sky, and then notice as your left hip stays square, your right knee opens out to the side a little bit more. Take an inhale breath here, reach up nice and tall. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. You're going to draw your right knee forward and release your right foot to the back of the mat. Come to a standing crescent lunge again. Inhale, extend your arms to the sky. This time bend your elbows and take your hands behind the back of the head. Roll the shoulders onto the back, breathe into the chest, and then lean your head into the hands as you open your throat towards the ceiling. Think of a nice long neck. Breathe in and out. Hug in from the inner thighs. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. Inhale, extend the arms, come back up, crescent lunge. As you exhale, step to the top of your mat, your hands to your heart center. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good, one more inhale and one more exhale, let it settle, right? And then we'll shift the weight into the right foot. Bring left knee out to the side, toe to floor, heel to ankle, foot to calf, or foot to upper inner thigh. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Good, and then we'll end stages, right? It doesn't mean that stage 3 is the best stage, or stage 1 is the bummer stage. Right? Or that there's some logical progression, right? It seems like that's the case in the mind, because that's the case in so many different aspects of our lives. But you are an energetic, ever-changing, shifting being that requires something different in each moment. Maybe both arms to the ceiling, take an inhale and exhale. And it's about really listening and tuning into what it is that we might need here and now, right? One more inhale, lengthen up tall, then hands to the heart, then hands to the hips. Draw left knee forward, step the left foot to the back of the mat, high crescent lunge. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky, and then hands come behind the back of the head. Elbows nice and wide, take a breath into the front of the chest, and then lean back, but bend the right knee. Notice the support from the left leg. Hold on from the core, and lift from the pelvic floor, drawing earth energy up into the body and then out into the heart. Good, you guys, one more inhale right into the front of the chest. Maybe lean back another little bit as you exhale. Inhale, extend the arms to the ceiling, and then exhale, step to the top of the mat, the hands to the heart center. Bend the knees, lift the arms, inhale into chair pose. Forward fold as you exhale, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, jump, step, or walk your feet back. Lower all the way or stop halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra pose. Exhale, hips to the side, downward facing dog. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. Let me just check in. The thing about discernment, at least for me, is that it takes a minute for my mind to really perceive, right? And then for me to understand that perception and then like apply it. So there's lots of different stages, and the steadier the breath is, the easier that will come. Now take another inhale and exhale, bring your legs together again. Lift the right leg to the sky on your inhale. We'll draw it through to the top of the mat as you exhale. Turn your left foot flat, and it's time to come to face the side for warrior two. Okay, so we'll face towards the plants here. Turn your left foot flat, right heel aligns with the mid-arch or the heel of your left foot, and then right knee bends nice and deep. Turn your palms gently open towards the sky. This gives a little bit more space for the breath in the chest. Good, breathe in and breathe out. Notice the reach through the body, right? Through both sides, not just where most sensation lies. Good, take one more inhale breath here. Reach forward, set your right elbow to your knee and extend your left arm overhead. Good, and now reach from the left foot all the way through your left hand. If you like, you could wrap your left arm around behind the back, and then extend your right hand down towards your right ankle, inside your right foot. But keep your breath steady. Right? Part of this is like trying different things and noticing how the breath reacts to that. The breath will be the first sign that the mind has shifted its state. Roll the left shoulder up and back and down. Move the head back a little bit and open the throat. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. Good. If your arm is bound, reach it up towards the sky. Everybody come all the way to stand. Straighten your right leg on your inhale and exhale. Lower the hands towards the floor and turn your toes to face me. Bring your hands to your hips. Take an inhale, lift your heart, look up. Exhale, lean back, press your hips forward. Inhale, come up to center and then fold forward. Slide your hands down towards your ankles. Check out your toes. Your toes are slightly in, your feet at least parallel to the ends of the mat. Give your knees a little bend and now sense the inner thighs rotating towards those blue walls. That'll lift the sitting bones eventually up towards the sky, which helps to lengthen the spine. And then descend down through the crown. Pull with your arms. Your shoulders draw away from the ears. Take an inhale and an exhale. Awesome. One more breath in here. One more breath out. Beautiful. Bring your hands to your hips. Come all the way back to standing. Pivot your right foot forward into warrior two. Take an inhale and exhale. Extend the arms. Now, this time as you inhale, you're just going to turn your fingers up towards the sky. Point your palms out. As you exhale, point your fingers down. Your palms in. Do that again. Inhale. You kind of extend and exaggerate the reach for your hands. Reach for your fingers down one more time. And exhale. Good. Now extend through your hands. Take an inhale, flip again. Palms to the ceiling. Exhale, stay. Draw the navel in. One more big breath into the heart as you exhale. Place your hands to the floor, either side of your foot. Inhale, step your right foot back to plank. You can keep it lifted if you like as you lower chaturanga, or both feet to the earth or knees to the ground. Up dog or cobra on your inhale, and then exhale the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Good, and you're just listening. Like, is there a place I could support my body? Is there a place I could expand a little bit more? Is there a place I could contract or support more? Right, and we just like, it's like quick, right? We don't get a lot of time, so trust your intuition. Take another inhale and exhale, bring your legs together. We'll lift the left leg to the sky as you breathe in. Exhale, pull the foot through to the top of the mat. Spin your right foot flat and come up to face the opposite wall, warrior two. Same thing, just check in with your alignment, right? This is a new moment. I know you know it back and forth, through and through. But really tune into now. Like, what are there any adjustments you could make, however so minor, physically, mentally, emotionally? Give a little bend into the left knee, right? Turn your palms again open towards the sky. Take a breath in and a breath out. Think of lifting from like the pelvic floor. One more inhale right here, and then exhale, reach forward. Set your elbow to your knees, scoot your right arm overhead, extend inside. You can wrap your right arm around behind the back if you like. Left hand down onto your ankle. And remember, it's not like bad if you don't wrap the arm around behind the back. You're not like more advanced if you do. Sometimes that's where the mind can go, oh, it's better because someone in front of me did it, and it happens in a split second. So again, I remind you, like, this is the practice of pratyahara also, drawing senses inward. What's good for me? It's interesting that we individuated so much on a path that's helping us to remember the collective. But the more we can serve our own selves, the more our own lights will shine, and then that inspires the light to shine in others. Take one more inhale into the front of the heart. Maybe move your head back a little bit. One more exhale. If the right arm is bound, release it up towards the sky. Everyone come all the way up to stand. Straighten the leg, turn your toes towards me, bring your hands to your hips. Take an inhale, lift your heart up a little bit. Exhale, lean back, roll the shoulders onto the back. Inhale, come forward, and then fold as you exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Right? They say that the way that we change the world is to change our own selves. That's the whole be the change you wish to see. We can look outside of ourselves all day long, but this needs to change, and that needs to change, and that should be different. But what happens when we look inward? Right? Breathe in and breathe out. Lots of times we can even be more critical. Oh, I have to change this, I have to change that. Or more often, it's probably that things are out of our awareness. And so hence also why we create the sattvic state of mind so that we can see, so we are illuminated within. Take one more inhale right here and one more exhale. Bring your hands to your hips, come all the way back up to standing again. Pivot your left foot to face forward as you exhale, bend your knee into warrior two. And then extend your arms, we'll turn the palms towards the sky. This time, extend through your hands on your inhale and just bend your elbows and place your hands to your shoulders as you exhale. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows, hands to shoulders. One more time, inhale, extend. Exhale, hands to shoulders. Awesome. Inhale, reach through your arms. Stay here as you exhale. One more big breath into the heart, then exhale, place both hands to the floor. Step your left foot back to plank pose. Again, you can keep it lifted if you like as you lower chaturanga. You can skip that, meet us in downward dog, use your knees. Exhale, hips to the sky. Good. And then just breathe in and breathe out here for a moment. Awesome. Take another inhale. And another exhale. All right, inhale, come onto your knees, please. Bring your knees together and your feet slightly apart. You're going to point your toes back and sit your hips right between your heels. So Virasana. Now, if you like, you have a block or something to support behind the backs of the hips. You can do that, or your blanket behind the heels. Okay, and then just sit up nice and tall. We're going to do alternate nostril breath from here. So you take Vishnu Mudra with your right hand. So the two peace fingers of your right hand fold into the palm. And then ring finger to left nostril and thumb to right. Okay, left hand can rest in Dhyan Mudra at the lap. Now just rest your fingers here on your nostrils for a moment. Take an inhale through both nostrils. Exhale through your mouth. Do that again. Inhale through both. Exhale through your mouth. Good. Now plug the right and inhale through the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Use the full capacity of breath, right? Inhale right. Exhale left. Let's go one more time. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Then release your right hand down and just breathe in and breathe out. Rest your hands on your legs or at your lap. Just breathe in and breathe out. Good. One more inhale, one more exhale. Gently allow your eyes to open. I'll have you come forward onto all fours. You might open the knees just underneath your hips if they were, close together. And your feet will come right back behind the knees. Good. And then find here in center. Actually, I'll have you draw the knees together now. And as you inhale, extend the right leg back and your left arm forward. Lift your right foot from the floor and point your toes towards the earth. Your left arm forward and turn your palm and your thumb up. Good, now inhale, extend, and as you exhale, pull the elbow and knee into the chest, round the back. Do that again, inhale, extend. Exhale and pull in. Great, one more time like that. Inhale, reach and stretch, exhale, pull everything in. Awesome, now from here, extend on your inhale, bend your right knee and reach back to capture your foot with your left hand. Good, breathe in and breathe out. Now gently roll your left shoulder up and back and down and lift your foot with your hand and lift your hand with your foot. Stay connected to your navel. Gaze can be down towards the ground, can be forward, out in front of you. Take an inhale and exhale. One more time, press down, lift the foot, lift the shoulder, lift the hand. One more exhale. Gently release, extend forward and back as you breathe in, and then set everything onto the floor as you exhale. Great, switch sides. Left leg back, right arm forward. Pause for a moment, turn your toes towards the floor, point them down, kick your heel back. Take an inhale, reach and stretch as you exhale, pull everything in towards the center of the body. Great, do that again. Inhale, extend. Exhale and pull in. One more time like that. Inhale, reach and stretch, exhale and pull in. Good, and now inhale, extend, bend the knee, reach back and capture your foot with your hand. Spread the toes. Lift your foot with your hand with your foot. Gently roll your right shoulder back. Stay connected to the navel. Push down into the floor through your hand, your shin, the top of your right foot. Gaze is towards the floor. You can start to lift it forward in front of you. Couple more breaths here. Hang on at your core center. In fact, take one more inhale, press down, lift up. One more exhale to stay, and then release. Extend the arm and leg. Exhale, set your hand and your knee to the earth. Good, now inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. As you exhale, once again, curl the toes under, straighten the legs, lift your hips up and back, downward dog. And breathe in and breathe out there. Very nice. Pull especially the navel in. I know that one can compress the low back where we just came from. So we're going to pull the navel in and lift through your sitting bones. Take an inhale, glance to the top of the mat. Exhale it all out. Bend your knees and jump, step, or walk up. Lift up halfway. Inhale, lengthen. Forward fold on your exhale. Inhale all the way to stand. Lift the arms to the sky. Then exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. All right, place your hands to your hips and shift the weight into your left foot. Let's bring the right foot up again into tree. Hands to the heart center, right knee out to the side. Remember, above or below your knee. And hands to the heart center. Okay, take a breath in and a breath out. This time you're going to release your right foot forward and lift it away from your leg. And then as you exhale, extend your right leg back, come into a balancing warrior 3. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now set your hands to the floor as you inhale and exhale, standing splits. And if you like, I'll offer you this little friend. Bend your right knee and reach back with your left hand to capture your right foot. Breathe in and out. Again, lift your foot with your hand and your hand with your foot. Roll the left shoulder onto your back. Take an inhale, lift your foot up towards the sky. One more exhale. Awesome. And then release, standing forward, fold at the top of your mat. Inhale and exhale, fold. Bend the knees, lift the arms. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale and stay. Inhale, rise to stand, and then exhale, the hands to the heart center. So we're going to be especially attuned to what happens when we feel challenged in the body, when we feel confused in the mind, when we feel like we're presented with something that we don't understand. There's so much information there. Right? And remember, what we're cultivating is patience and compassion and resiliency, the remembrance that we really do know. Right? Take another inhale. As you exhale, lower your hands down. Okay, let's try the other side. Shift the weight to the right foot. Bring your left foot up into tree, so again, above or below your knee joint. Hands to the heart center. And breathe in and breathe out. And remember that everything is just a moment in time, right? So we don't have to make that moment more than what it is. You can let it come in and go out. Acknowledging what it holds, but not needing to hang on. Right? Take one more inhale. As you exhale, lower your hands, bring them to your hips. Draw your left knee forward and then extend the left leg back. Come into balancing warrior 3 for a moment. Kick through your heel, take an inhale and exhale. Hold your warrior 3, breathe into the front of the heart. One more exhale to stay. Last breath in, and then you'll fold forward. Your hands to the earth or onto your blocks. You can stay right here in standing splits, or if you want, bend your left knee, reach back and capture your left foot with your right hand. And then kind of square everything back to center, and it's the standing variation of what we just did on our knee. Then push the foot into the hand and the hand with the foot. Good, notice what's going on in the mind. Lift your knee up towards the ceiling, take an inhale and exhale. Yeah, you guys, one more breath in. And one more breath out. And then release, set your foot onto the floor, your hands to the floor, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, lift the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale and stay. Sit the weight into the heels, pull the navel in, lift open the heart, inhale and exhale. Awesome. Inhale, rise to stand, and then hands to the heart center on your exhale. From here, please separate your feet a little wider than your hips. And then just have you bend your knees and drop your hips towards the floor. Come into Malasana. Okay, breathe in and breathe out. So hands to the heart center, elbows come to the inner knees, knees press into the elbows. Collarbones broaden a little bit. Good, and then remember you reach up through the crown as you sit down through your sitting bones. And breathe in and breathe out. Here, broaden the collarbones, draw the shoulders onto your back. Beautiful. Take another inhale. We could go crow pose if you want. Place your hands to the floor. Wouldn't that be fun? Hands to the floor. Take the weight into the hands and maybe one foot up and off the earth. Maybe you're like, no, Lisa, that does not sound like fun. And you can stay right here in your Malasana. And you can have someone else do crow pose for you today. You know, it's just always an option. It's always an option. Breathe in and out. See? All right. Look at your beautiful crows. All right, come back down onto your feet. When you're ready, take an inhale and exhale, and then set your hands to the earth. Everyone lift your hips. Step your feet back, come to downward facing dog pose again. Breathe in and breathe out. Awesome. One more inhale and one more exhale. Come forward to plank, please, on your next breath in, and then lower yourself all the way to the ground as you exhale. When you get to the floor, bring your arms by your sides. Turn your head to one side. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Remember, asana practice is a means to an end. Right? This is the way that we clear and cleanse and purify the physical body. Really, ultimately, so we can do that with our energy body, so that it can help do that. Turn your head to the other side, please, and breathe in and breathe out. So that we can focus in the mind, right? You feel an easier time focusing if the body feels better. But it is not the end goal, these things with the body. Right? Your body will change. Things will invariably break down. What we're using this for is a way to connect to our highest self, to remember who and what we are beyond all that changes. Now bring your head back to center on your inhale and exhale. Take your hands to the earth under your shoulders, like cobra pose, and bring your legs together, like almost as if the inner thighs were kind of magnetized towards one another, the feet drawn in. And now as you inhale, lift your head, your shoulders, your feet, and your legs up and off the floor. Keep your hands rooted to the earth and draw the shoulders onto the back. Yeah, good. Hug the elbows in and kind of drive them down towards your hips. Squeeze in through your legs and lift up away from the floor on your inhale. And then exhale, lower all the way back down. Once again, turn your head to one side and breathe in and breathe out.
Turn your head to the other side and breathe in and breathe out. Okay. We're gonna come up and do that same thing again. So bring your head back to center. Your hands now, though, can have an option. They can go right back where they were for your cobra pose, or they can extend down by the sides of the body. Your palms facing the earth. Okay, like a little peace sign. And then when you're ready, on your inhale, lift up and away from the floor. Again, hands to the earth, elbows in, or arms extend back, palms towards the floor. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Yeah, that external rotation gives a little bit more space for the breath in the chest. Squeeze in from the legs. Think of both inner thighs now rotating towards the ceiling. Now give some space to the sacrum. And it can lengthen out of the low spine, lift into the heart. One more inhale, and as you exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Once again, turn your head to one side and breathe in and breathe out. Remember your intention, right? Remember the focus for the mind. Turn your head to the other side, please, and breathe in and breathe out. We'll come back to center and we'll do one more. And your option is either two, the ones we've done before already, or feel free to bend your knees, reach back and capture your feet. Dhanurasana, bow pulling pose. So really beautiful pose in many ways. It offers the benefits of the back bend, but a grounding quality. It's really helpful when it's the heat of summertime. Okay, so wherever you are on your next inhale, go ahead, lift up and away from the floor. And remember, there's not one variation that's better than the other. Listen to the body, listen to the mind. What do you have the energy for? What feels best in your form today? Right? Part of what we're battling in the mind is the ego and the comparison that we have with others. So you tap in, where do I want to be, right? And can I reach as equally through my feet and my crown? Can I push back through my legs as much as I lengthen forward? Can I root down as much as I lift up for like 3 more breaths? Could I stay one breath longer than I think is possible? Can I remember how strong and amazing and resilient I am and how capable I am and how much energy that I can hold within me? One more inhale, and then as you exhale, you lower down to the ground. And now here, can I fully relax and release also? Remember, our practice is a really amazing balance of effort and ease. Or it's helping us to find that. Turn your head to the other side, please, and breathe in and breathe out. So we work through practice in all of these modalities that we have to find a place of equanimity, where we have equal effort as well as ease, where we are moving into something but also allowing for things. From here, I'll have you flip over onto your back, so you just turn around and lay on your back. When you get to the back, bend your knees, please, and bring your feet underneath your knees, just up by your hips. You can sway the knees gently from side to side. Good. And then eventually we'll just come back to center and hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Take an inhale and exhale. Good. One more breath in and one more breath out. Now place your feet back down onto the ground and bring your arms by the sides. Extend them down towards the heels. You can walk your feet a little closer in so that as you reach down, you might maybe graze the backs of the heels, but that might be a little too close. But certainly not the judge for everyone. Okay, and then you're gonna roll the shoulders onto the back, push down the shoulder blades so they're flat on the floor. And as you inhale, when you're ready, lift your hips up and off the earth, come into bridge pose. You can set your block behind the back of the pelvis if you like, or interlace the hands behind your back, or reach towards your ankles. And breathe in and breathe out. If you feel so inclined, you could work one foot towards the center of the body and extend one leg up towards the ceiling.
That's a tough one for the hips. You want to keep your hip of the leg that's lifted even. Okay. If you did one leg, go ahead, release it, switch sides. If you have your block will help keep your pelvis centered. If you lift your foot, remember also lift your hip, push down through your shoulders, and then remember like ease, right? If you've lifted a foot, take another inhale, you'll set it back down onto the ground, and everybody another inhale breath here, and another exhale. And then inhale, lift your hips, release the hands, remove your blocks, and slowly lower your hips back down to the ground. Take a breath in and a breath out. Just pause for a moment. Little supine pigeon pose. We'll have right ankle to left knee. And then reach through and capture the hands around the back of the left hamstring. You can bring your left foot up and off the floor. Flex your right foot to protect your knee. And you can move around a little bit. You can extend your left leg up towards the sky, or you can bend it completely or go somewhere right in between there. You can rock from side to side. Sometimes I like to make circles. Some interesting things in the low back there you can dig out. If you do circles, you go one way, of course, and then you go the other way a few times. And if this feels fairly, okay for the hips, you could take a deeper variation by releasing the hands and wrapping right elbow around right knee and left elbow around right foot. And then the hands will come around the right calf for the shin, and the left leg can extend straight. That's a lot of right and left. So I'll say it one more time. Right elbow around right knee, left elbow around right foot, and then left leg extends. You can even set it on the floor. And breathe in and breathe out. Imagine pressing your right knee away as you draw your right ankle and foot in. Awesome. Flex the right foot to protect your knee. Just a couple more breaths here. Relax the back on the floor. Lengthen the back of the neck. Beautiful. One more inhale and one more exhale. Awesome. And then release. Set your foot onto the ground. Take a breath in. Both feet on the ground. Breath in, breath out. And then we'll switch sides. So left ankle to right knee. Reach through, interlace the hands behind the back of the right hamstring. And pull the right knee in. And then same thing, right? You could extend the right leg. You could bend it completely. You could rotate the knee in a circle. Legs in a circle. And then if that deeper variation is something you want to explore, it can release the hands, wrap now left elbow around left knee, right elbow around left foot. Maybe the hands interlace, maybe just grab your foot, but do be sure to flex your foot so you're protecting the ankle. That's it. Breathe in and out. And then relax the shoulders and the neck and the jaw. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful, guys. One more inhale and one more exhale. And your shoulders relax. Good. And then go ahead and release. Place your feet onto the floor. Just pause for a moment. You could sway the knees a little bit. You could walk the feet as wide as the mat, knock your knees together. And breathe in and breathe out. Clear your mind. Let your intention be the focus. And take one more inhale, one more exhale. Now with the knees together, just kind of open them a little bit so you can drop left knee, well, both knees really to the right. So the inside of the left knee will draw down towards the floor. You could stack the right foot on top of the outside of the left knee if you want. You could travel your left knee on top of the right. You could do a little bit of both, just kind of exploring what's the difference in the pose, what are all the different options for the stretch in my body. Remember, keep your shoulders down onto the floor, especially left shoulder rooted. Yeah, good. Take another inhale and another exhale, and then we'll bring the knees back to center and drop them to the other side. And breathe in and breathe out.
And then all the while, as the mind becomes more and more calm, we just start to listen with a little more sensitivity. Can start to hear the things beyond the initial kind of thought or all the chatter that happens, the things you have to keep track of, all that stuff. The discerning mind is the part of the mind that our practice is helping us to sharpen and hone, so that we hear it a lot clearer and easier. It doesn't take so much effort to hear, or so much prep to hear what the deeper part of the mind has to say. Just take one more inhale, one more exhale, and then bring your knees back to center. And as you exhale, release the legs down onto the ground, unless, of course, there are any other postures that are calling to you or any other adjustments that you'd like to make. So other poses, set yourselves up. If you want, I'm happy to get you a bolster or a blanket or anything for Shavasana if you'd like. You know, bolsters are real good behind the backs of the knees or along the spine. Can help to support your low back. Blankets are wonderful over the abdomen to ease anxiety, over your feet to aid in grounding. You'll just take a moment as you adjust to get comfortable so that you can rest and relax. There is great importance and great benefit you get from resting and relaxing. Different than sleep. In a society that perpetuates productivity and accomplishments and doing stuff, can we give ourselves moments when we are able to relax, to fully relax, just dive in. Might be some part of the mind or even the nervous system that resists. It's ready for whatever's next. And so remember here, you can also lengthen your exhale. Lengthening your exhale is a really wonderful way to calm the nervous system. It's super easy. It just requires you to remember. Mind moves to the spaces between thought. Consciousness expands. Sachidananda Rupani Sarva Bhuta Hite Mata Yehi Parameshwari Om Am Hrim Krum Yam Ram Lam Vam Sham Sham Sam Ham Saha Soham Mama Hridai Bhagwan Rama Eva Gatya Sukam Chiram Tishtatu Swaha. Om, Om, Om Pratishta. Om Mahapadmavanandaste Sachidananda Rupani Sarva Bhuta Hite Mata Yehi Yehi Parameshwari Om Am Hrim Krom Yam Ram Nam Vam Sham Sham Sam Ham Saha Soham Mama Hridai Bhagwan Rama Eva Gatya Sukam Chiram Tishtatu Swaha Om 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 Pratishta Om Mahapadmavanandaste Sachidananda Rupani Sarva Bhuta Hite Mata Yehi Yehi Parameshwari Om Am Hrim Krom Yam Ram Nam Vam Sham Sham Sam Ham Saha Soham Mama Hridai Bhagwan Rama Eva Gatya Sukam Chiram Tishtatu Swaha Om 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 Pratishta begin to bring awareness back to your physical body. Slowly and sweetly allow a deeper breath to come in, and of course let it go, and then start to move the fingers and toes. You can rotate the wrists and ankles. When you're ready, reach your arms up and overhead, stretch all the way from fingers to toes. And bring the knees to the chest and give yourself a great big hug. Take a moment just to extend some gratitude to yourself for stepping onto your mat, for coming to your practice on this beautiful day. And then we'll roll to the right or the left. Whenever you're ready, we'll come up to a seated position. Just turn to face forward. We're going to finish our practice, just a little seated meditation, very short. I'm going to have you do this mudra. Okay, this is called Brahma Mudra. You take your thumbs and fold them into your palms, and then bring your fingers to wrap around your thumbs. And turn your fingers to face up and draw the backs of your fingers together. You're just going to rest your hands at the lap here. Okay, so the knuckles will touch your fingers, your palms kind of face up towards the top of the sky. And then let your eyes gently close. And just take a moment to notice what you feel in the body. Kind of trace your attention up and down the length of your spine. But then notice where your attention is drawn. So remember, so much of our practice is about developing a sensitivity to our internal world, to how energy flows, to what our thoughts perpetuate in our lives, to what things resonate with us and how and what effect they have. Really on the quest of self-realization. So as you get used to kind of being in this position, especially with your hands in this position, take a moment to notice if you feel anything unique inside the body, or simply where you sense more presence or light or heat. There's no right or wrong. And it's okay to be unsure, and it's okay to not know. I'm going to encourage you, or just suggest to you, maybe you could put a word to what you feel, a couple of words. Just for your own self. It's like a practice of identifying. Stay for another moment or so. Just notice your breath as it breathes in and out. You gently release your hands. You can wiggle your fingers around a little bit, but then we'll bring them into Anjali Mudra at the heart. And take a moment to notice what you notice now. Remember the intention at the heart center, your prayer here. Bring the hands to the third eye center as a reminder of the intention in the mind. Then take a nice deep breath in. Exhale the hands back to heart. And seal with the chant of As you exhale, we'll bow the chin to the chest. Take a moment to honor the love and compassion that lies in your heart and the hearts of all beings, the teacher that guides our way. You know, the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank y'all so much for being here today. Have a beautiful rest of your day and take good care of yourselves, all right? See you next time. Thanks, Lisa. You're very welcome. Your profiles. I had a good teacher. But Lisa said somebody will do it for me. Great.
That's perfect. It's too bad you do it with software now. Yeah, we had our because I adopted, it's actually my adoption. And, because we knew that I so, yeah, and, yeah, it really, yeah. Yeah, and so he was, my guardian, we had him for a while. Yeah. So sweet.
Good. How are you? Good. Yeah. How about for you?
Good. Everything? Yeah. Yeah. I always wanted to go off even until, but we don't have. What's the ounce?
So I love that you're doing 30 students. So thank you, but okay, I love that. She was Katrina, if she wants those forms, she'll go on. It's like the drip massage that we're doing. This is kind of a perfect amount for people to take home with that. You might see if she wants those for you. I don't know, that just came to me. Yeah, thank you. See you later.